come from our members. So it's important to keep that in mind. Please show your support and appreciation for the people who put on these events, who run the organizations, because it isn't always easy. And once you start something and you become active, they're doing it continuously can seem kind of mundane, and people may not appreciate that, but please do know that it takes work, and so please do support us. So here are some important things to remember in continuing to build and support our communities to keep them alive. We are still growing. You may need to create what isn't already there. So if you see a need for it, you may need to build it. And that is often a very intimidating and scary thought, because getting something started, you don't know how it's going to go, but there are other organizations, other people you can look to. And sometimes with Black Non-Believers, it wasn't that we were the only organization out there, but in Atlanta, there was certainly no other space where Black folks could go in the community where they could connect with like-minded individuals. So guess what we had to do? We had to create it. Also, recognize that every group or community isn't for everyone, and know the difference between lead and supporting roles. If you are supporting an organization that is specifically for one demographic, and you realize that you don't totally fit into them, always up to you to be the authority. Let the people who are running the organization do what they do, and if you can offer support and some input, then that is good, but do not seek to lead and always run the organizations, specifically if they are targeting certain demographics. You utilize, but don't use fellow organizers, members, and resources. It's okay to, it's okay to call on folks or to refer to certain things, but when you do it over and over and over again, these things can be depleted. So just keep in mind, and this is what I said before about showing your support and appreciation for your organizers. Be genuine, dedicated, and sufficient. Please don't only attend certain meetings or don't participate with certain groups. We understand that people have lives and their families, so it may be like a revolving door. However, if you are going to get involved, then please do so because you really want to help others, even if it does help you, and be reliable. I'll tell you one of my personal pet peeves is tardiness. I can't stand being late, and I can't stand when other people think it's okay to be late. Now, we understand that things happen, right? But being sufficient, dedicated, and genuine means that, especially when you are in an organizational role, means that you are being able to support your team, and being there on time does help. And also, realize that if you don't come correct, you will be checked. Again, this is an organization, our communities now, we are based on people who are holding ourselves and each other accountable for things. So we have individuals who may come to groups, they may approach us with purely selfish intentions. And I will tell you from my time of being involved with this community, those who are ranting about the community being dead have done something detrimental to themselves and tried to push it into the community, and people said, no. They were like, no, you cannot come into this community and do this. So, therefore, if you are coming basically on some bullshit, and I will tell you, people who have been involved with Black Non-Believers knows that anyone will be qualified and will be checked. And it isn't just the one-time thing. I get plenty of chances. So if you have to be removed from our organization, that means you did something really wrong. And we shouldn't be afraid to tell people, okay, you are doing this, if you keep doing it, you cannot come back. Because guess what? There may be a place for you to do that stuff. You just can't do it here. It is okay, and I know that that was part of what has happened with Oasis. Is that when you are notified of a person's detrimental actions, they cannot go ignored, and they cannot go resolved for a long period of time, because what will happen is you will drive people away. So for the sake of the many, it is best to check those few to make sure that, things keep going. But yes, absolutely holding ourselves accountable, holding our members accountable is absolutely important in our communities. That's a part of the management process. And before we move forward, I'd like to turn your attention to two major events that Black Nonbelievers is having this year. One is in conjunction with the Black Skeptics Group and Women's Leadership Project. It's the Women of Color Beyond Belief Conference that will be taking place in October of this year in Chicago. I know this is the South, but it's the Midwest, so shouldn't be too far, but anywho. It's the first conference of its kind that will feature all women of color presenters who are leaders, organizers, and who work in this movement. And everyone, if you are able, should attend. Because what this shows is, again, it shows the growth. And I have been fortunate and honored to engage a number of people in this community from all backgrounds. And I'm most excited when I meet other women, especially women of color, who are very active in their respective communities. And it has always been my mission to help get them the recognition that they deserve. And so we're doing that at this conference, and we hope that you all will consider attending. There are flyers on the table in the back. And the second one is our third annual cruise convention, which is titled BNC Con 2019. This is the third year that we are putting on this event. We're going to be aboard the Carnival Horizon, which is sailing out of Miami, Florida, and going to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, the Grand Cayman Islands, and Cozumel. And one of our speakers, you may know him, is Daryl Ray. How many of you are familiar with Daryl Ray? Very good. He's an awesome, awesome individual. The author of the books The God Virus and Sex and God, and who started the Secular Sexuality podcast, which is now, I think that's a featured program on the Atheist Community of Awesomeness Network. And you also have myself, you will have our board member Bridget Crutchfield, and a couple of other activists that come from the Black atheist demographic. So you can, in both events, information is available on our website if you are interested. So at times, I find it very hard to keep going. You know, there are times where even though the profile has increased, which I appreciate, there are times where these things get tough. But when you see here, when we think about the relationships that we build, because in communities, that's what we do. We build relationships, we work together, we are multi-generational, so we are reaching everyone from the young to those of a mature age, I will not say old. But as our communities grow, we are having children. This is one of our being babies. He's now 3 years old. When we realize that we are growing new leadership, we are growing families, we are sustaining these relationships. This is how we know that we're alive as a community, that we're not dying at all, especially when we are reproducing and we are growing. When we fight, this is how we know we're alive. When we love, this is how we know we're alive. And these are the reasons, because as we continue to grow, hopefully we will continue to see the very diverse faces and people that make up our groups, our organizations, and our community. And it is up to us to continue to build up these resources and build up everything, especially for those, because our time is finite. And when we continue to at least bask in the growth, when we build up that positivity, then that way we know that we are building towards the future, because again, it is not just about me, it is not just about you, it really is about all of us, and making sure that we stay alive even long after we are physically gone. And I appreciate all of you who are continuing to contribute to these efforts and to our communities and helping them grow. Thank you.
Hold on a sec, Susan, your mic isn't working.
Okay, so the question was about the gender balance within the organization. So when we first started in 2011, there were quite a few men who participated with us. Now it's about 60-40, and I say 60% women and 40% men. As we have grown, it is reflected in our leadership. We have a number of women as well as LGBT organizers with Black non-believers. So the representation of women has been very important. And there are a number of women who are finding organizations because they're leaving the church and they're looking for, people to connect with. So now I would say it's about 60-40.
Any more questions?
Hey.
Hello.
There's a phenomenon, specifically in language, but in other areas as well, which is called language mimicry. And what that is basically communities that are not valorized typically change their language to match the language of communities that are valorized. Communities that are considered to be, the model of what everybody wants to be. And they do that for the purposes of avoiding discrimination for the most part. My question is, in terms of Christianity, so in the Black community, Christianity and religion is very, very strong. And I've always wondered if it is a question of discussion about how Christianity was the religion of the community that discriminates against the Black community. So is that a question that has ever been discussed? How, if you want to, I guess, have a more, I wouldn't say authentic Black community, but Black community that does not normalize discrimination. Shouldn't religion be one area of fierce debate and disagreement or dispute because it was the religion of the discriminator in a way? Is my question clear?
Yes, so that's always a point of discussion. And when I present, I do discuss why religion is so prevalent in the Black community. It does have to do with the advent of slavery in this country and having enslaved African captives. And yes, it is the religion that Christianity in particular has been a religion that has been used to justify such enslavement. And also, it is the root cause of many other issues within the Black community, which includes colorism and other factors. However, there is a paradox of why the church has been so prevalent. It is a point. There are many blacks, even Christians, Muslims, etc., who do challenge the institution of the church and how effective it is now. At one point, it was very important to the representation of the community, but also we challenge that it has never represented the entire community. The black community has never been monolithic. They have always been atheist, humanist, etc. Unfortunately, those facts tend to be obscured, and the black church has hijacked the image of the black community. And so as far as language is concerned, I do not think that it is good to perhaps adopt any of the religious language. I mean, so many people have come from it, but there are many communities within the black community, and so now we're just one of them. And so myself, having not been raised religious, but also a hip hop fan, so we tend to incorporate some of everything into our organization. And yes, that is very much a point of discussion within our communities. And we are taking the discussion also within the black religious community. But what I also think needs to be understood, especially by mostly white folk, is that you don't just get to denigrate and just point out. You got to be very careful about just saying, well, why are you people still believing in the religion that enslaved you? That in itself is very racist, and it is very disrespectful. So trying to understand that part better always makes it, always makes the thing that now as far as communication, that should be understood, not just the what, but the why. So I hope that, answered the question that it is a point of discussion, and we do often discuss it, not just within our circles, but within the community at large. Yes.
Jesse, was there anyone else?
We have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
First of all, I would like to say that I actually came out of the black community. I started as a Christian, the first one was Christian, and then I became a Hebrew Israelite, and then I was part of the conscious community. Do you find that there are a lot of people from the conscious community that have come into the atheist movement? Are you guys outreaching to that community? Because I know that, I don't know if you follow the conscious community for the last couple of years, but it's kind of imploded on itself for various reasons. And there's I feel like there's an opportunity there because everybody's there's no specific leader anymore. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And they're searching for some sort of community. They're searching for a place for people to come together. But it's hard to do that when there's so much infighting. And I also wanted to ask, do you have also other overlapping philosophies and things within your organization, such as environmental activism or veganism and things like that? Because I personally am a vegan, and I feel like for some people it overlaps, or you kind of put that aside and say, we're just going to focus on, as far as humanist sort of things, as far as communicating with each other and building up a community?
Okay, so let me stop you right there so I can answer questions. So having been raised in the black conscious community, and unfortunately, the infighting and the conflicts are nothing new. Because what's happening is that many black people see atheism as being the white thing, that you're trying to be like those white people, and that it is somehow, not in here. There are many people in the black conscious community who may be deists, or they may be spiritual, if you will. And so they've taken some of those same indoctrinations and applied it and just put a black face on it. And so while I have found that there isn't a lot of good information that has come from it, some of it has very much been distorted, and there are many people who are just putting almost supremacy on things. They're also not very kind towards women and black in that community. And there are many people, especially Black men, who bring that from their Christian upbringing, as well as when they move into the Black conscious community, and they bring it into the secular community. And yes, we do tend to check that. So if there's an opportunity for people to see past, because I had to unlearn this idea that absolutely all white people were evil, but I had to, it was important to talk about the institutions of racism and what the white collective has done without always having to point the finger specifically at individuals. And there's been about, not everyone can do that. And considering the trauma that we are still dealing with in our community, that is very difficult for a lot of people, and there's still work to do there. So hopefully, there is some, we've been able to connect with some in the Black conscious community, or some, because we are, very pro-Black in what we do. It just means that we don't have to be anti-everything else. Now, as far as overlap with other ideas and other, what people hold near and dear, we do have people who are vegan within our organization, within our communities. There are some people who may be more environmentally conscious, and so we make efforts to, implement those things, but we just try to make sure that the primary focus is building the community around those who, because even within like the Black vegan communities, there are still some issues, and some of them are still very heavily religious, and there's also some misinformation there. So we do a multiple, we have members who are members of, members who belong to multiple organizations, or they may be vegan, but what we do try to encourage is that even if someone is vegan, or if someone is, whether they're still a meat eater like myself, that doesn't become a point of contention, that we can all work together and share good information without disrespecting each other, even if we practice things that don't always align. Yes.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
My question is, for the Black culture, especially in the United States, the historical reasons of the church was, just following on that part, it was a system that was allowed in the United States for Black people. It was a system that allowed them to communicate, for us to communicate, to share information, to have businesses. So it was almost an agnostic system, although people are faithful and have religion. It was something that was created as a way for Black people to share information or share something in an oppressed society. And kind of going back to her question is, independent of the beliefs, how do you get around that? Because I still don't see how the Black church serves multiple purposes. It's not just a religious institute in the United States. In the United States, it really is. This is a place where you can come and find out things and be an activist, learn about things that are happening. Is there a way of working with the Black church maybe, or getting around that? Or I don't understand it. If you understand what I'm saying, there's a historical purpose to that.
Yeah, so well, the thing is that we don't try to get around it. We acknowledge the history of the Black church, the role it played within the Black community. I argue that one of my arguments is that it is inflated. I think that we have given the church too much credit and more than what it deserves, honestly. And some people may disagree with me here, and I will explain why. Well, first, there were many Black churches that were created because, yes, there were white Christians who would not allow Black folks in their churches. And also, you have to think about the fact that during slavery, it was illegal to teach slaves how to read and write, but the only book that was allowed to be interpreted was the Bible. And there were only certain passages. So while the institution was very helpful to people, and I talk about this all the time, when the American justice system, or when legally, the United States legally as an entity discriminated against Blacks, the church did provide that support and representation. I do question the foundation of that, as well as the fact that people make excuses for the church and its ability to thrive, especially on such questionable, to say the least, principles. Also, the church serving multiple needs of the community is true to some extent, but think about the fact that there have been over $400 billion poured into the Black church since the 1980s. So the community is serving it more than it's serving the community. And also, when we talk about multiple resources, let's just take, for example, one of the first organizations that actually established a nationwide free breakfast program was the Black Panthers, and they were not religiously affiliated. Let's think about Black History Month. The foundations were a free thinker, Dr. Carter G. Woodson. So I challenge this idea that the church is absolutely serving a good need for the Black community. Now, will there be an opportunity to work with them? Maybe, but considering some of the principles that they still hold near and dear to the Black church, it remains to be seen. I hope we can. One day there has been some dialogue established. And also, I contend that not everyone's going to leave the church. That's just the reality. And acknowledging that is a thing. So what we were trying to do was reaching those who were already there. Those who were leaving, they were leaving the church behind. They didn't think that there were other communities and resources out there for them. And so, again, while I think that the church may still serve, the community for some people, they aren't serving the needs for everyone, and that is okay. And I do challenge that historical perspective as to whether they were, I'll acknowledge the good, but we also have to acknowledge the problems too.
Thank you for that. So, to go and offer a question with a little bit more levity. So I spent several years living in South Africa, and when I was there, people are late all the time, and whenever that happens, they say, well, we're just operating on African time. And then in the U.S., my Black friends, my Black American friends informed me that there was a corresponding thing called CPT going on here. And so whenever you mentioned about the importance of going and being on time, I would just be interested to know, what is your response to those kind of concepts of, well, there's a different kind of time operating here, because I myself am not the most punctual person in the world, so I'm not here to point fingers, but I'd just be interested in, so what is your response when somebody says something like that?
Well, I do acknowledge that, yes, and I will say I visited Ghana as a teenager. So I was able to visit Africa, and I'm very appreciative of that, of that experience. And yes, there are in other cultures and with other certain demographics where being punctual may not be on their priority. That may not be a priority for them. That's fine. I don't run no CP time though. That is just not a thing for me. That is something that I don't take from that cultural perspective, and that's totally fine. There are certain things that we can, take with us, and certainly that I can try to embody, especially that that I know of, my ancestors and from cultures. But we are living in a time today where we can accept some things and then eschew others, and I choose to do away with that one. But and that isn't just a people of color thing. That isn't just a Black thing to not be on time. Because having been an event services manager, which is the next slide here, having been an event services manager at the CDC, I have seen folks from all backgrounds who have been late and who have been unorganized. And that has been historically a thing that has been relegated to Black people, which needs to stop. But, there are some people who, they may be a little bit more lax as far as time and such, or they may be more relaxed. That's totally fine. But when it comes to organizing and putting things together, I like to be more punctual with that.
All right. Speaking of time, I think we'll make this our last question. But we're going to be meeting for lunch afterward at Abdallah's Lebanese Bakery. Will you be able to join us and continue the conversation with Disa?
Yes, and I'd also like to put in a plug before the last question. Last year, I just mentioned that I was an event services manager. Due to the increasing demand within this community and building the organization, I made the decision to leave that full-time job last year. And I was 10 years to become a full-time activist. And so I partially support myself myself through a Patreon where I create community building content, and I also discuss atheism. I also have atheism discussion. So, if for your consideration, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month to help support said activism and helping to build and grow the organization. So, thank you.
Do you have any advice for us at Houston Oasis to better reach the Black community here and be more attractive to the Black community and be a better reflection of Houston in general?
Well, for one, if there is ever a new Black Mama Ladies of Houston chapter starting here in Hint, please make sure that you are communicating and collaborating with the groups. Also, don't be afraid to look into events that may be targeted towards people of color or other respective communities and offer outreach as well as a table. And you do so under the banner of humanism, that if you find that you have aligning goals with other organizations, then don't be afraid to participate with them. I understand that this is a standalone organization, but please, do participate as a part of coalition building. And, just be careful about saying, well, we're a predominantly white organization, because, people may see that, but it isn't necessary to always point out, because I'll tell you, that'll be the first way to turn someone off. So you might want to be careful doing that, but do some research into other community initiatives that you can participate with in other organizations. And even if you may be turned down, just keep trying. So I hope that helps. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. That was appreciate that very much. Before we have our last song, as Mandy's pointed out, and so here at Houston Oasis, we have the same kinds of things. We have lights and bills, and this is what allows us to keep our community going. So we are going to pass the hat while Nathan is getting ready here for this last song. And we are so glad you all were here today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please make sure you make your way to the back and ask, and we'll be happy to help you any way we can.
Heading out. I have to live stream some of this.
Okay.
But you know what? It's information. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Not a problem. Hey, it's nice being here. All right.
You need to get home, or?
Yeah, I need to get home, and then me and the wife are going to take off to this veterans home buying thing. Unless you want to take.
No.
No? You sure? I'm not buying a home. It's good information. You want to go home and watch Fudo, right?
Yeah. If I need to buy a home, I have a guy.
I have a guy.
You always gotta have a guy.
You do have to have a guy. Sexist, why not a girl?
Huh?
Oh, yes. So, for those of you wondering, yes, that was...
Girls don't know about home buying.
Oh, that's so true. So that was,
Mendoza?
That was
Mandisa?
Mandisa Thomas. She is the founder of the Black Non-Believers group. Been Facebook friends with her for fucking ever. So, it's like, oh, she's in Houston. Okay, you know what? Let's go see what's up. Let's see. Okay, that's the guy for the home buyers thing. So, he sent me a text message. Oh, okay. The address is the American Legion. That's where we're going.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what that was. I was like, oh shit, let me just start live streaming this so people see what's going on. 'Cause I'm not huge on going to atheist events and that sort of thing, but
Well, I mean, so bar hopping is very fun.
well, yeah, going to bars is fun. So next Friday, I think, or this coming
Yeah,
Friday, we're
yes.
supposed to be going to some bars. So, you
Well,
know
a
what?
bar.
A bar better than no bars. Like G-Man, he has no bars. So, but next week they got Number File coming. I was like, oh, I was actually shocked to see that they got fucking Number File. All right, you've not been to Number File's channel, even if you don't like math, it's still a fun channel. So, yeah. How many people in the audience? Oh, it's about a good 40 people, maybe. Maybe
50.
50? Yeah, 40, 50 people. Yeah. It was a decent crowd for the venue, you know.
So,
Yeah.
when there's an interesting speaker, but I mean,
Yeah.
because I'm not a big community person.
You're not a big social person.
Well, that's because I hate people. Like, I don't make any like butts about it. Like, people are just awful.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, that's so the first part of the shit, hold on.
What?
Okay, so the first part of this video was Mandisa talking about the concept, like this part wasn't recorded, but she was giving a background as to why, you know, we even have communities, and she defined community, and then she specifically mentioned, okay, we're under the banner of atheist, agnostic, skeptic, humanist, and the reasons why people gather under those banners, and that religious people don't have a monopoly on people having a community. So it's like, well, you can't chastise people for wanting to have some type of community just because another group already does that. So, you know, and then she went into why there's a Black Non-Believers group, and there's definitely some subtext, some of the stuff that she was saying. That's why I started laughing. I was like, yeah, you go to a lot of, you know, primarily white atheist groups, and it's not a really good reception. It's like a lot of them aren't overtly racist or anything like that, but there's definitely a weird tension in the air in some of the groups, and then other times, I would say most of the times, there's just kind of awkward where they start trying to code switch just to talk to you, which that's what happened to me when I first went to an atheist, like small atheist meetup.
Well, they got to talk that hip hop.
Yeah. So hey, homeboy, what do you think about this? Like, I didn't approach you like that. What the fuck are you doing that for? Like, really? Okay. Like that's really what happened.
Okay.
Like,
No, wait. Here's all I got to say. Here's all I gotta say.
That's all I gotta say.
You code switch all the fucking time. So I don't want to
no, when I code switch, that's so I can talk and white people understand me.
Yeah,
I got that.
Yeah,
I'm talking about somebody white code switching to speak the hip hop language.
Yeah, they're trying to talk so that you can understand them. Fucking racist. You're like, oh yeah, I can do it. I can do it just fine. I know that white lingo. I know that white lingo. I can talk the white man.
I know how to talk like this.
But a white man tries to talk my language. No, I can't have that, bro.
No, because like they always do some weird mixture of like New York
what-
and DMV area type slang that I don't use.
What's best is the handshake.
Here, let me just come in here and it's just the.
No, hey, are we going for
It's
the...
Just stop it! Stop it! Stop it! So I have my official Black Non-Believer. I've been meaning to get one of these shirts for a while, but I finally got my official Black Non-Believer shirt.
He's finally actually a Black Non-Believer.
I'm officially now a Black Non-Believer. Actually, they have a sign-up thing for that.
Before-
I'm not officially part of any atheist group.
Before this, he was actually a believer.
I was a poser. I was simply a poser. Non-official.
I love the sound of a good engine.
Yeah. Have any of someone in their car, and then instead of having an alternator, they have like a power strip, like one you would find in Home Depot or Radio Shack or something. I don't know. Is Radio Shack even around anymore? I don't know. But you know, anyone ever heard that? You know. So as far as the atheist experience is concerned, I
When I will plan out this weekend.
it's something that I was going to talk to Arn about in the future when I'm probably done with this degree. Definitely not this year. Probably not next year. Ooh, shit! That's why you need a turn signal, and he still didn't put it on. And he's come on! Don't be a woman! Don't be a woman! Don't be a woman! Black woman, yes.
Black woman.
Black woman, yes. Black women can't drive. And she almost hit the dude, and then went right back in the lane, no turn signal. Just said, "Fuck it."
Well, still at least
I've been around you and Sam too much. Y'all fucking road rage is coming off on me.
Yeah, but I'm like, I didn't care about that because it didn't affect me.
Jesus.
Oh. I forgot. I didn't tell you about this. So there was 2 kids in Challenger, I think, that like rolled up to me at a red light, and they were like, "Hey, bro, you want to race?"
Really?
Like, no shit. Oh shit.
Do you know how to get back home?
What?
Do you know? Okay. Let's say you don't have a GPS up. But then again, we just follow like 601 and then get on what 45. Pretty sure. Oh, you trolling? You said something. I was too busy. Let me see what Sokka said earlier. Did you have fun at your Black Panther party? No. So, so this was actually hosted by the Oasis, and the Oasis is an atheist network, and
Which is mainly white.
Which is mainly a white organization. So they were hosting Mandisa Thomas, the Black Non-Believers. And I had never heard of Oasis.
Yeah.
Never have you ever heard of them?
No.
I had no idea because I knew of Houston. I think Houston Skeptics or Houston Atheists, but
Houston Atheists.
Houston Atheists. They hadn't done anything in I don't know how long. But
it's the largest atheist organization in the United States, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, ain't shit happening here.
Well, it's the largest single gathering of atheists.
Because Arn was telling me, like, he said, yeah, it's a bunch of groups here. I was like, word? Like, he's like, you look? I was like, I know. I had never heard of them. Come to find out, there's
you know about Oasis?
Huh? I don't remember him specifically. I remember him mentioning there was a bunch of groups, but he couldn't think of, I think he thought of one, but I don't remember Oasis as being one of them. But we come to find out, there's a branch of Oasis at the university he and I go to, and I'm like, we've never seen an advertisement. Like,
never heard of it.
And we passed, like, there's when you first walk into the school, like, yeah, I heard some stuff happen last night on Raging Atheists. Hold on, okay, to make sandwich of mixed breads in the wait.
I still haven't. Okay, who is this guy?
Is going in and out of his lane over here?
Huh? No. Raging Atheists.
Raging Atheists. You've never met him?
No,
He's okay. You know you know Matt Powell.
No. Here, so that's the only information that I know about him from every single review that I've seen of Matt Powell's movie where he's in it. He comes off like a goddamn idiot.
Okay, he is. I've actually spoken to him. Soccer Count spoken to him. He has acknowledged his faults in some of his approaches. He has actually acknowledged it. So he has. So I have to give him credit. He had a turnaround, a dramatic one, and dramatic improvement from some of those incidences.
Okay.
So yeah, he's actually in the Discord now. So he's interested in trying to learn more philosophy and stuff like that.
Okay, but here's my problem. So, just like I would never go and like try to participate in the Olympics without training, I would never go and make an appearance on somebody's movie arguing for a position that I don't know how to argue for.
I'm thinking at the time, he thought it was a good argument. I think that's because I won't pretend like he's the only person who's ever done that. Because when I first got on here, I thought that I understood evolution. I was like, oh, these guys are saying this stupid stuff. Like if I just tell them Lucy and stuff like that, that'll win. And I've said stupid shit too.
Well, I mean, for the level of discussion that's necessary with G-Man, I feel like a middle schooler could give him a description of evolution that is because he doesn't understand even just basic college level biology, and like it's just not gonna work.
Well, I think part of the problem is that when we get in these discussions and we start getting to like the minutiae, that's where a lot of them like to hang their hat on, because when it comes to specifics, like certain, I guess, morphological changes that have supposedly occurred in those transitions, that's when stuff will come up like Lucy's knee. And so if you're not familiar with it, you just back down from them saying that it's a fabrication or that it was a monkey knee or what, like the Nephilim Free likes to use a hip girdle. That's one of his arguments.
So here's what I would ask him, because I don't care enough to find out about Lucy's knee. I'd have been like, okay, so where are you getting this information from? When did you study Lucy's knee?
Right, and that's a valid approach to say, okay, if you're making these claims, let me hear some validation. A lot of people don't know how to do that.
What do you mean?
A lot of people just go, you're wrong, you're fucking stupid, you're making that up. A lot of people just right off the bat because they think that they're trying to obfuscate from the topic.
That's just fucking retarded.
That's a lot of people actually end up doing it. A lot of you'd be surprised.
God.
Especially,
Jesus.
You smell that?
Yeah.
Are we near the fuck? Are we near Deer Park? Holy shit! What does that smell? Oh Jesus! Something burning. Is Deer Park on fire again?
I'm pretty sure it was that.
That fucking rusty ass truck that we. Are you sure your car not about to explode?
I'm looking at the template. That's fuel.
You would know the fuel burning smell.
Well, no, that's not the smell of burning fuel. That's the smell of open fuel.
That's a leak somewhere. Tell my wife I love her. That fucker Matt Powell bait and switched him in the topic, and he didn't want to debate, so it went really bad. So a bunch of popular YouTubers like Jim Majors and Shannon Q and others got together. Yeah, I did see that Powell and Raging Atheists were debating last night. I didn't have much of an interest in watching it, honestly. In his room to give him advice, and it turned into a laugh fest later on. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that folks kind of, and I think it would help. And this is me personally. I think it would help Nakasuchi, aka Raging Atheist, if he would have some off-air conversation with folks, and some of us would act just to kind of play the devil's advocate and to see how he responds to help him refine his argument. Because I think he's still kind of fresh to be like doing these live debates, because it's stuff like that some of these cats use. Say, this is what atheists think, and it's like, if I went up against Matt Powell, I'm gonna push his shit in. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna just push his fucking shit in. But that's the same thing if Wasaka would go in there, push his shit in. You know, it's some of these guys target folks that they know are kind of new to some of the stuff and may not have the best arguments out there. You know,
I would just ask him questions until he backs himself into a corner.
He pigeonholes himself.
Yeah.
So Soccer Count says, in Raising Atheists Hangout, we discussed what made a sandwich. What made a sandwich a sandwich? This went into phylogeny, sandwich evolution, sandwich creation accounts according to sandwich religion. What the fuck? I missed something crazy.
Why? I'm like, there's only one true sandwich.
There's only one true sandwich. It's the BLT.
No.
Praise it or die.
No, it's the Italian.
It's the Italian. It's the malt. Excuse me, that's the fake Italian. It will not be the malt. All Italians must come from the fab. If it doesn't come from the fab, it's a malt. There we go. He made a sandwich religion. It's either the fab or the malt. There we go.
No. We've actually made a sandwich religion and also a heretical interpretation on the religion.
We made a false religion at the same time. We gotta push this. We gotta make this a thing. We gotta make this a thing. It's pushed in euphemism for anal sex. Yes, I'm pretty sure he would enjoy that, but yeah, still. But I think that Raging would definitely benefit from having certain discussion sparring sessions. I think that would definitely be in his favor.
I'm like before any. So if you're not used to debating, before any debate, you should have like a sparring match.
Yeah. Or just a powwow. Even when
No. I would prefer that they do more of a sparring match, so that they can hear, like,
they can hear the response.
Rhetoric,
yeah, they can get used to it. That's what me and a few others with before he did his second Hovind debate. I forgot who else, but I was like, look, KC, when you say that, this is what he's going to say, and you're going to be ready for that shit, because you know he's going to throw in this little jab. Oh, well, you know, we don't know the argument of ignorance, yada yada yada. So, you know, do you want to phrase it that way? So, and this was ages ago, but like that's something that, you know, folks can use.
Because I'm like, you can sharpen your blades as much as you want, but if you don't know how to tie your things together when he's trying to spew his rhetoric, because if you're just trying to be factual, he's that you can't be factual,
because you're going to be busy trying to correct the misinformation and put forth your argument.
Yeah, you'll spend 5 minutes trying to correct his argument when all he has to do is spend 30 seconds putting out enough bullshit that you can't even challenge on it.
But that's why I like people like Matt Powell, because he'll put out misinformation and then you can run it into the ground. Yeah. Oh well, you know, well the evolutionists say that we came from a monkey. I say, who said that, my dude? Who said we? So we came from Pan troglodyte, or was that Homo erectus? Which monkey was that? Because one of them is considered a monkey, one is not. Well, you can have your classification. Well, I said, hey, you saying X scientist said this? Was it Pan troglodyte, or was it Homo afarensis? You know, which you tell me. And so when you start forcing their hand to be very specific, that like you could tacitly get them to acknowledge you know more than they do about the topic, and then they know, oh shit, this is a trap. And so they start backing away from it. He said, no, don't back away from it. This is your line of argument. I want to know. I want you to teach me.
No. So I need you to listen to that goddamn debate.
I have it queued up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to give me AIDS. That's probably why I've been avoiding it. I would rather not get audible AIDS. It is AIDS, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
It's a little bit AIDS. Okay.
Like not not too much AIDS.
No, not too much AIDS. Not, you can only get a little bit of AIDS. Just a little bit. That's all you need, just a little bit of AIDS.
Okay. So I'm like, the thing is, just like you said, somebody who makes claims, and then when they're questioned on it, backs off immediately.
Yeah. Because you can get, that's one of the things I actually ended up doing to Matt Slick. Because he likes to speak like in vagaries. What the fuck is? Okay. Oh, I'm just okay.
That's why I was making those middle fingers, because I knew what was about to occur.
Yeah, I was like, what is he? He's okay. No, oh, he's going that way. Okay. But it's but I think Matt Powell's going to stick to a script, because when I did click the link and I watched a little bit of it, that's one thing that because Raging Atheist kind of went off on a little tangent. Oh, who gave you this script kind of thing? And it's like, don't spend too much time on that shit. It's obvious he has a script, but if you have the script already, then you know where he's going. Don't let him know that you know it's a script. Play dumb, because that gives them a false sense of security. And if they think that they can run you with using that script,
so that depends on the conversation.
Well, this was a dirt bait, so this is
no. But I'm saying, like, so if you're able to effectively leverage that they're running off of a script, like if you know that they're not going to deviate from the script, even when they're called on it, you can effectively use that against them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I use that in collegiate debate when I was a part of that.
Back when multiple anecdotes means empirical evidence.
No. That was just in a classroom. That wasn't an actual debate. Oh shit! I gotta get over. I freaking hate turning lanes.
I always get Facebook messages from people when I'm live. I gotta look at it later. Yeah, so it's the Hovind script. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, because as far as I've seen the script,
no, not at all.
So,
but that should make it easier for Raging to kind of counter it. So
yeah. But I'm like, if you call him up front, hey, you're using a script. And then, like, every single time he goes off on a known talking point, you just call him on it. Like, hey, you talked with this person, like, back when like, on this exact same point, and you got proven wrong.
Yeah, I think Matt Dillahunty actually does that in some conversations. Like, he'll mention a previous debate. So, yeah, you talked to so-and-so, and then they corrected you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do that, that takes away their complete credibility to the audience.
Yeah. So, I might take some time and listen to some of that debate, but I kind of averse to listen to them now.
Just please.
However, Raging Atheist was wanting to have a dirt bait to air out their grievances, not to debate the existence of gods.
Okay.
Huh?
So you saw a good example of the Black Community today. Now I need you to see a bad example.
No, God. I see bad examples all the time. I talk to people on YouTube.
So just sort of like Jesse Lee Peterson.
Some strong weed over here, Jesus. So Drag, that argument that I can't use the argument from. Did you fucking fart?
No, I didn't. That's not weed. That's fucking that's the fire. Pretty sure.
Is that the fire from Deer Park?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's terrible. It smells like weed and fart.
Yeah. That's the smell of crude oil burning.
Oh. So wait, so Raging wasn't. Wait, I'm confused. Why were they on Modern Day Debates to air out grievances? That doesn't make sense. I'm really confused now.
Because grievances has turned into a debate.
Yeah. So he had talked to him over the phone about what they were going to talk about. Also, another chemical fire. Okay, so Raging Atheist was wanting to have a debate to air out their grievances, not to debate these. So whose idea was it to debate the existence of God? Because it sounds like that was Powell's idea. That's why Powell was on there, was to debate the existence for God. And then it sounds like Raging wanted to air out grievances in the middle of a debate. Because it sounds like now everybody's on the same page, and they had about 200 people watching that too. And that just seems like a shit show. I'm gonna be honest with you. That seems like an absolute shit show. It's the boot thing, but we get there when we get there.
You're a very helpful person to get.
I can tell you.
Yeah, that's because you don't drive.
I do drive sometimes.
Yeah, fucking when there's a blue moon and the fucking sun is out too.
That's sometimes. Okay, so no. She says no. They talked about before the debate happened. They were going to discuss. They're going to do both. Discuss the movie and how he misrepresented him. Oh, yeah. That's kind of bound to happen. That was definitely bound to happen. Like when being in a creationist movie, don't ever think that you're, because, and I agree with Arn on this. To be a creationist, you have to be dishonest at some point. Like you can't say, well, science says this, because science don't agree with creationists. So even just on that basic premise, that is dishonesty.
Well, no, but then you get into part of my family's argument. So they honestly believe that parts of science have been wrong. So you're able to question any part of science.
Yeah, oh no, you can question it, yeah. but to misrepresent science as an institution and in specific scientific theories.
Yeah, no, but they honestly believe that. It's not like there's not some like, oh, we know that the science here is right. It's like, no, science has been wrong about this, so you don't know that they're right about that, so they're probably wrong because the Bible says this. Like they're.
So you saying they're not being dishonest. They're being sincere within their own perspective.
Yeah. Yes.
That's interesting.
So like where science doesn't conflict with the Bible, they'll be like, yeah, 100%. Conflicts with the Bible, they're just immediately like off.
Fun folks. Yeah. Then Powell pulled out his script and went to town on him. Did he really go to town on Raging and Raging not know how to respond to it, or
again? Like
this? I guess this was the same conversation.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying, like, so Powell pretty like. I'm just going off of what interpretations that I've seen because I'm not gonna watch Powell's movie. But like from every single interpretation that I've heard, he got destroyed in the thing.
He got destroyed in the movie.
Yeah, like he was conceding points that didn't need to be conceded, like in other things. So I mean, if he got destroyed again, even after he talked with other people of how to be better. Like,
yeah. So did Raging actually do better in this discussion? Because I'll rely on folks who actually watched it.
Yeah.
Because either way, I think we definitely do need to have a sit down so we can. Okay. He says no.
Okay.
I forgot specifically how I phrased the question. Wait, did I say did he do better or did he do worse? I forgot how I phrased it.
You said, did he do better?
Did he do better? Okay, nope, he didn't do better. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to have a sit down then.
Okay, well, double check. So
okay, not really. He did a little better because but he was still so mad at Powell.
I got it.
Okay, he did a little better. All right. You live and you learn.
Was he still agreeing to points that didn't need to be agreed to?
Yeah, I actually need to sit down the whole movie and see.
I'm not gonna watch it. That's a waste of my goddamn time.
He was pretty emotional, and it made it hard for him to focus on the actual. That's not good. That's not good. It's not good, my man.
Because I'm like, I will agree with the point just to show that there's an inconsistency internally, even if I agree. But there's some things that you just don't agree with.
Right, because it's flawed from the beginning.
Yeah,
she says.
So if I were to like, okay, if we're arguing about the existence of God, if I was like, okay, well, even if God existed, I'm like, from there, you can go anywhere because God can do anything. So there's no logical inconsistency unless they're trying to do, like, because even with the three omnis of omnipotent, omnibenevolent, and omniscient, they can just be like, well, they don't see that being good to humans is actually good on a universal scale. So they can be omnipotent, omnibenevolent, and omniscient.
It depends what Christian you're talking to, because not all of them believe in omnibenevolence.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that even if somebody uses the argument, oh, there's awful things that happen to humans, they can just be like, oh, well, God doesn't believe that being good to all humans is actually good to.
That's not a part of his actual nature and goals.
It's not a part of his thought of good.
Your idea of maximally good isn't God's. Yeah, that's the easy way out. Hannah says he came up with new talking points to go after him with. He didn't let Powell run over him though, but you could tell he wasn't really interested in the topic. Yeah, it was a shit show. I'm gonna have to look at these comments at least, because it's disconcerting. Like, a part of me wants to go, all right, let me go talk to Powell. Let me see what's going on. Just have a discussion with him. But
no, I want somebody to talk to him that is able to lure him into a false sense of security. So like Hogtie.
Let Hogtie go talk to, I think he would pick up on, because the second he goes into science, Hogtie has kind of a thing where he'll want to keep it at theology, because I think even Hogtie knows when he starts, he can't mitigate his medical and scientific knowledge. I think, and you laugh, but I think even Hogtie knows, because he can't really dial it down, because for those of us who know Hogtie's background, it's hard for him to do that. So you might want to find somebody not on Hogtie's level.
No. But the reason I want it to be there is because I think Hogtie will defeat him in theology.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely.
No. But here's so Powell will try to switch into science, and then Hogtie will just
butt rape.
Hogtie will just fucking pull out his dick and just slap him over the face with it.
That would be a really interesting conversation, Hogtie and Matt Powell.
Like I just want a complete emasculation. Like,
you have to rethink his life.
Huh?
You have to rethink his life.
Yeah.
Farmer's market out today.
So the more you can emasculate him, the better in my mind.
Yeah. So Powell is a piece of shit, but we all know that we did have a lot of fun, and Raising Atheists did too, so it's all good. You agreed some person who's good at pushing his shit in without going apeshit on him, like Arn does. It depends whether Arn's been drinking or not. When Arn's been drinking, he gets real loose. Let's say that. He stops giving a fuck, which is hilarious to see, because that, like, the conversation he and I were having, we were drinking, like, he'd get more and more out there. I was like, man.
No, wait, you didn't even drink that much. Is
he
a lightweight?
He had already been drinking before I got there.
Oh, okay.
Before I even turned on the camera, he was drinking. So Yeah.
Okay.
He is not a lightweight. No.
Okay. Because I was like, he's giant. I've stood next to him.
Yeah.
Like I stand next to you, and I'm like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, but no, Arn is a bit taller than me.
Yeah, I've stood next to Arn and just been like, okay, so when do I become an adult?
I would be like you when I grew up.
Oh shit.
We gotta
God
go
damn
left. We gotta go left, right?
Yeah. So I gotta turn.
Yeah, no, you can just get in that far left lane.
Yeah, I've just muscle memory.
Yeah, you just start thinking you're going home.
Yeah. Because every time I take this road, from there I go home. Oh my god.
So many trucks.
So many people ran a fucking red light.
No cop, no stop.
No, because that light went green over there, and people just kept going.
Yeah, me and Arn have a dinner date, but we've been talking about planning. And when I mean dinner date, me and Arn like going to some of the breweries where he lives and just getting smashed.
Where is it? He lives up in Dallas.
Dallas,
right?
yeah. He said there's like 5 breweries near him that he wants to take me to. And I said, all right, don't threaten me with a good time. You can come too.
Okay.
You can come too.
I was like, I will chauffeur you.
Oh, the music, yeah, it's gonna get demonetized. I don't mind. It's already
You don't make any money off of this.
I don't really like it. If it gets demonetized, I don't care.
I'm like, don't you need 1,000 views minimum to?
Not really, no. Even the videos that I have to have like 850 views and stuff like that.
Cars are coming in fucking packs.
Jesus. Yeah, the ones that have like 800 something views, it gives me a few cents.
Yeah, I was
Just
like,
a few cents.
oh my god.
I don't really care about the majority of the money are people just doing super chats and shit like that. Which thank you by the way for those of you who do that. You don't have to. Which I was surprised when I was eating catfish and collard greens and just laughing at G-Man. People like donate. I'm like, I'm just sitting here eating and laughing.
and just to fuck over Drag, if Drag doesn't read your super chat, you can charge back.
You could do that. Yeah, like they do the wings. Hey, you fat piece of shit. Why did you ban me? You fat chilies eating motherfucker. And then he has it, and the lady's reading it off. He can't stop it. Dude, that would be hilarious. I was thinking about doing something like that.
You can stop it. He doesn't have the setup
to stop it.
To stop.
That's so fucked up. Like that has a robot voice talking shit to you.
Well, so other streamers just don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's true. It's Texas to Xavier. What do you expect? Next trip, I need to hit up to Dallas, Fort Worth, to visit Tommy. Have some high school friends live there. Yeah, definitely. I need to head up there because I want to hang out with Arn and
Shadow Heathen.
Yeah, we definitely need to because Shadow said I could have that samurai sword is behind him.
Okay, Shadow Heathen, Tyler.
Tyler lives in Fort Worth?
Yeah.
I thought he lived.
I'm pretty sure he lives in Dallas.
Does he? Yeah. Oh, we can hang out with Tyler Durden. Okay.
I don't know. He can correct me in the chat.
He might. Yeah. I mean, if he's around there, Tyler, he just strikes me as one of those kind of tall, lanky white boys who just is in public. Like you probably wouldn't be able to pick him out of a crowd, but once he starts talking, it's like, yeah, that's him. Like immediately.
I'm thinking that probably a little bit effeminate.
You a little effeminate?
Yeah.
Really? Oh yeah, you and him are both are both of the LGBTQ, so you know your people. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention.
I think he likes pans.
Yeah. I don't care about anybody else's. I just care about mine.
You're selfish. You can't hog all the gay. I'm trying to focus.
But I don't have any of the gay. I have to buy.
You have half of the gay.
I have a little bit of the gay.
A little bit.
I told you, I'm more attracted to females than I am males.
That's why hasn't G-Man gone after you? And like of all the fucking like gay shit that he likes to talk, I just like, but you've been in all my fucking videos, and he's going after everybody else. And how many fucking bi and gay jokes have we fucking made?
Oh god.
Just like
we have talked about this. So I have not been banned in his chat. I'm still able to talk in his chat.
I'm going to make a video. G-Man, here's someone who may or may not like man penis and who is attached to me. I want you to criticize him. Just acknowledge. Please tell me I'm not riding in the car by myself.
No, it's actually autopilot.
It's just autopilot.
No, it's actually the autopilot from Men in Black.
With the fucking blow up.
Yeah.
It's like, hola gents, safe on the road. Hey, what's going on, Daily Atheist? What's up? Yeah, it's oh shit. I have to drop my fucking phone. I think 8th lawsuit now.
Eighth lawsuit?
I think I'm at my 8th lawsuit.
Lawsuit.
My lawsuit. Thank you. Lawsuit. It's a lawsuit.
I'm like, I like the design of Corvettes, but I'm like, if I'm gonna go with that direction, I would probably just go with the Ferrari.
Just get a Matchbox car. You know, it's smaller than this.
Just get a Ferrari.
Just get a Ferrari. Yeah. So
Well,
you can race teenagers.
So something that I found out, you need to buy a used Ferrari in order to get a new Ferrari.
What?
So if you want a new Ferrari, you have to have a history of owning a Ferrari.
They have to make sure you're part of the special club.
Yeah. You can't just outright buy a Ferrari.
That's interesting. You know who would be great to ask about that? Fabio.
Yeah. Well, at least that's the like the American thing. So I don't know if it's the same over in Italy. I assume it's not. I hopefully you can just buy a Ferrari over in Italy.
You know, we should. Fabio. Someone asked Fabio.
Yeah.
Is this true? Do you need to own a Ferrari, a used one, and then
well,
upgrade?
for Italy, for the U.S., that's an actual thing.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Because one of family friends is a car collector.
I had this after I had my used Ferrari.
Yeah.
That was my training Ferrari.
Yeah, no, because they for some reason they're like they want a history of you owning a Ferrari before they'll let you get a Ferrari.
You need to know that you're pretty good at practice at being a douche on the road.
Yeah.
Before you officially become a douche on the road.
Well, no, Ferraris aren't a douche car. Corvettes are a douche car.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. Hey, Drag, did you know you were a combat medic? Yes, by the way, if y'all didn't know, I was a combat medic in the Army.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I talked the least about what I was in the Army.
Oh,
in the military?
The realtor is 88 Mike, by the way.
Oh, 80? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I just thought about that. Yeah.
Really?
Because what?
You know why I'm saying really? Because holy shit.
I just remembered that. I was 88 Mike. I just looked at it. I was like, okay. Go type into Google MOS space Army 88M.
If you just put in 88 Mike, it'll
probably come up. I'll put in 88 Mike so y'all can see what job that is in the Army.
Yeah. Okay. So those are some of the dumbest motherfuckers that I've ever met in the Army.
You need like a GT score of what, 10 for that? No, it's not 10. I think you need like 35 to be infantry.
Yeah.
So I liked that convertible Camaro I had. Yeah, except it wasn't convertible. It wouldn't work. So we spent like the last 10 minutes just trying to see how we can get it to work. I was like, oh, well, okay.
No. So, well, my grandmother's selling her convertible MX-5 Miata.
Yep, motor transport operator, 88 Mike. You know what we call him?
I don't fucking remember. I just called them dipshit because they were in my unit. And they...
What does Bob do? What do we call Bob?
Heavy hauler?
We call heavy hauler.
Yeah, but I call everybody heavy hauler because they're all hauling heavy shit.
Oh, Drag, the problem with Xavier is that he's not on the internet to impress people. He is not living to impress people. He's not living to impress himself.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
He exists.
I actually need to change my lifestyle. like my. Oh, I found out that fucking So the 2 medicines that I'm prescribed actually cause weight gain.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah, it's making it really difficult to lose weight.
That's okay. Food is making it difficult for me to lose weight, so I'm right there with you.
Oh no, I at this point in time I'm probably down to maybe 1,400 calories a day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I'm not losing any weight because those medicines make me. So I would like I'm gonna need to double my workout thing and put in a shit ton of cardio.
Yep.
In order to just like lose like 10 pounds a week.
You could do it. If Wings can do it, well, Wings did with surgery.
Wings did surgery. But the thing is, I don't like even that surgery wouldn't fucking help because like I'm already eating way below my necessary Fuck you.
Oh,
Piece of shit.
Oh, you had to be inside the windows down for it to work. Okay, that's what it was. That's what it was. Well, that's all right. At least you and Mrs. Drag had fun. That's what matters.
Oh my god. I fucking hate pieces of shit like that.
Usually people around here are pretty good with driving and living and just being people.
No, they're not. That's fucking
people, I'm talking about in my neighborhood. Here, in my neighborhood.
Your fucking neighborhood is next to the college. Which people are pieces of fucking shit.
Some of them are. Very few. Very few. Which actually we were laughing.
Why the fuck are you bullshitting me?
Hey, people around where you live may be terrible. People around here are awesome.
I have the best.
I have awesome neighbors.
I have the best drivers where I live.
When we were heading to Canes, going down, like anytime we're heading down, just going in the direction of your place. Tell me that you don't get pissed at least one driving infraction every single time.
That's 3 miles away from where I live.
That's still in your neck of the woods.
It's 3 miles.
It's away. Down the street from where 3 miles away from where you live.
I'm talking about in a half-mile radius from where you live.
There's people commuting across here. They don't live here. They don't stay here.
The worst drivers are here.
No. You know why? Because they see the Jewish synagogue thing right there. They're like, you know what? We're not going to do this. And there's cops that park in that parking lot. So that's why. Now I need to go and sit in my car and go to a different place and adult. Somebody was saying that G-Man was saying that I lived in a shithole too on that live stream. Yeah, you still haven't seen his 3.5 hour rant about how shitty of a person I am.
I don't care enough.
I didn't care enough either. That's why I kept cooking. Then I sat down and was eating and listening to it. It was actually pretty fun. If you can listen to Jesse Lee Peterson aids, you listen to G-Man aids.
No, but I've already listened to the Jesse Lee Peterson.
I'm gonna tell my wife to come outside.
You haven't listened to the oh my god, what is his name? Anthony Brian Logan. So if you know that name, you know how bad of a fucking douche this guy is.
Anthony Brian Logan. Sounds like a douche name. Like Matt Powell.
He's black.
Makes it even worse. Fuck him. All right, man. Let me go do adult stuff.
I'm actually gonna re-listen to that thing.
Oh my god. Let's listen to something new. All right. I'll catch you later. All right. Okay. Oh man. Hold on, folks. Let me. That's the wife. Where's? No, whatever. Hey. I'm on the way. Okay. Ugh. All right, she's on her way. So make sure I still look halfway decent. Still need to get Need to get this trimmed up. Oh man, today's been eventful, and we still have one more thing to do. My black non-believer shirt, yeah, y'all can see that. So, I'll wear that to school. I think I wear it Tuesday since I have the most classes that day. Yeah, oh, that's what I was supposed to say. And G-Man's having a sad because no one will debate him. And he thinks that by saying a bunch of shit about people, it's stirring drama, they will come at him sideways. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's head, like, what's... like, what's hilarious about it is that it's so transparent. Like, it's... He forgot that he's the one who told me that he does shit like that to stir up drama. He forgot that, like, this is one of the things, and Vince is standing right next to me when he said it, and we just kind of look at each other and go, like, bitch, we knew that. Like, we already knew that you stir shit and say stuff like stuff you think is inflammatory to get views and to, like, goad people into doing stuff. So why would I fall for the trick that you openly admit is a fucking trick? Like, part of G-Man's, like, retardation is that he thinks that everyone is as stupid as he is. That's honestly, like, the best thing about G-Man in the world. The best trait that he has is that he thinks everybody thinks like him. If that didn't occur to you, I don't know what to tell you. He honestly believes that everybody, like, he thinks that he's normal. He thinks that the way that he thinks about things is the way that everybody thinks about things, and that he isn't on the lower spectrum as far as intelligence goes. He doesn't realize that people see through that shit, and that we're all fucking laughing at him. So, it's sad, but that's honestly what, like, that's what's going on. So obvious in that stream, I just laughed, feel sorry for his ass. He's not very good at that any longer. Yeah, I mean, it's, he can't really even hold in his, he can't hold what little composure he has anymore. He just has to let it all out until he tires himself out. Poor little guy is tuckered. Around that 3-hour mark, where he wore himself out. Man, G-Man is like some sort of suicidal animal that has an annual migration, curb stomped by drag once a year. That's Dunning-Kruger. Yeah, it is. Definitely is. Now, here's something I don't understand. My wife knew that I was on the way. She was wondering when I'm getting home, but now I'm waiting on her. I'm in the car waiting on her. Tell me how she's been home all morning and still ain't ready. I've literally been gone over 2 hours. She's still not ready. For those of y'all who are not married, there you go. I'm ready for that. It's like, my dear wife. My dear wife. That's all right. I still love her. So I got the, no, actually, this event started like 50 minutes ago. All right, those of you who want to kind of know what's on the inside, this is how the inside look like, if y'all can see that. It's a really bad picture, but there we go. We were sitting, let's see, right over there. Yeah, Mario Stanton, I was thinking about it. I talk to Mario every so often. You know, his wife is in Africa right now. I think she's in Nairobi. I want to say she's in Nairobi. I actually have to talk to Mario. But, you know, Grand, you know, I don't really fuck with people from Black Atheists anymore. And you know why I was up front with Mario. I was like, I don't fuck with people from Black Atheists really, because y'all is fucking retarded. Like, there's not a nice way to put it across, but like some of them got some real bad problems. Like their real life situation. And it's not me just like shitting on like people who go through shit and like judging folks, but like some of the stuff that they carry over Hannah says, hey, by the way. And she doesn't want to speak right now. So,
yeah, I'm trying to get the address. How long are you going to be live? I don't really want to put... I don't know how to get to this place. So
just put in the address. Yeah.
I'm using my phone.
You using... Okay. Is it connected to the what's it called? Here? There we go. It's connected. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he and like I understood the effort that he wanted to make it a safe space, in that you can be a black atheist and not have to worry about people like outing you, because that was one, like when he first started making those efforts in the group, I understood, because there were quite a few people who couldn't post stuff publicly because of their family, and there's still a lot of atheists, you know, who can't do that, especially black atheists, and like I got that. But then it started going over into other areas where people started thinking like that was a license for them to shit on the conversation. And then like just some of the folks that stem from that, you'd be having a conversation. It's like, no, that's really not a good argument against, theists, to treat people like that. But then you can't then pull up your victimhood as, X, Y, and Z, and just assume that that's like victimhood beating victimhood. That's not how that works. And so, are you telling me as a survivor of sexual assault that my experiences don't matter? Like, what? What? Are you serious? Like, I literally had somebody do that. I said, look, this has nothing to do with your personal experiences. If you're trying to come at a theist and tell them that their personal anecdotes about magic don't matter, you can't then turn around and then use a personal anecdote against them. Like, that's not how that works. And they didn't, like, so many folks didn't see why that was wrong, but their understanding of logic and reason, like, it's completely absent. Absolutely absent. Some of them are just as much as they chastise religious folks, some of them are just as emotional and irrational as a lot of religious folks. And they swore up and down that no, we're different. No, so no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you need therapy. You need a different type of therapy. But both the people you chastise and yourself need therapy. But exactly why I couldn't take it all the damn drama. Yeah, people. I loved when me and Alicia talk about this Grand Ultimate, and you have to ask her. You remember the shit with Courtney, where people jumped on the neo third wave feminism in the group, and it became a caricature of what people were saying feminists were. And so you had people like shaming folks into not wanting lesbian relationships, and then people being convinced to leave their husbands and boyfriends and to have illicit affairs for fear of being shamed. And some of them end up we're just, and in reality, we're honestly just scoping around for more people to add to their weird internet harem. Like this shit got weird, man. Like that. I'm not even gonna mention the shit with your boy Micah. That was just like I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing my ass off with Micah. Way too much. I didn't see the stuff. Yeah, go. So if you didn't see the stuff with Courtney, right now go talk to Alicia and ask her to tell you all about it, because Alicia was on the ground floor with that one. They are mortal enemies. Yeah. But there was some stuff, the offshoot group that was formed was from people who were eventually like kicked out because you couldn't have a conversation without people calling squad. And it's like, look, if you disagree with someone, you don't need to tag 50 people to beat them down with non sequiturs. That's not how a conversation goes. Like, you couldn't have conversations anymore because people didn't want to be wrong. Like, if they had some fallacious fucking argument, people couldn't point that out. And so that killed conversation. And it's like, it's either you're talking about this person and they're a victim in some completely irrelevant situation, and that's now relevant to the conversation, but you can't point out that that's irrelevant, because then that's breaking some weird interpretation of the code of conduct. And I was like, fuck this. I think even one point I said, y'all are just too stupid for anybody to talk to. Like, That's because I didn't want to say that, but eventually I just got sick of folks. I was like, fuck it, it's tired. Yeah, they were clicked up with some of the mods. Yeah. Mario initially asked me when he first started doing before the first purge of the group. He contacted me and wanted me to be a mod, and I said no. One thing, I didn't feel like doing it. After I want to say a little bit after that first purge, then there was a restructuring. Some mods came, some mods left. I think that's around the time Alicia was a mod, and she was then telling me about some of the stuff as far as the mobs openly in the mod group, like playing favorites with people's posts, and it didn't really like it. They would ignore infractions from people they agree with, and then people they didn't agree with, they would come down with the ban hammer and apply, you know. No, she sent me screenshots too, so I've seen it. And but I said this was because things were so lax, and then when shit started hitting the fan, nobody really acted out, and no one really stepped out and said, look, shit's going downhill. Nobody wanted to be that person, that guy or that gal, and saying, look, nobody official, I should say that, but it were the people who were deemed like detractors and shit starters and shit stirrers were the only ones who were saying that. So of course people just ignored them, but they were right. Like, they were absolutely right. And I can't say that I was, you know, one of those people, because at the time I didn't even see the writing on the wall at all. I was just, you know, having a good time, you know, and to a degree early on, I contributed to the problem. I openly admit that until I knew better. That's why I had to start separating myself from that. Say, oh man, this is not like, where did the conversation go? Conversations dried up. But like that experience amongst other experiences, and even recently in these so I started talking about Black Atheist Group, people start leaving. but even in this vaccine group that I'm in, it's supposedly run by people who are pro-vax. I mentioned, I was like, yeah, somebody made a post saying that they felt some kind of way about the HPV vaccine, and they were having some misgivings because of something that somebody told them. And I was like, look, I might know a dude who helped make the HPV vaccine. I could put you in contact with him. Now, mind you, the group rules are that you're not supposed to privately message anybody. For whatever reason, you're not supposed to privately message people. So one of the admins came in and said, please don't contact people privately. And I said, look, I didn't say I was contacting anybody privately. I didn't even indicate that from my original post, right? I said I could put them in contact with one another. And so a little while later said, well, this isn't meant to take anything personally. I'm very familiar with the rules. I can see it on the same page. But what my statement indicated that I was going to contact them privately. And so then the actual like founder of the group came in and wrote this whole post, and I said, like, y'all aren't addressing this bullshit. I said, these overzealous mods here are kind of getting on my damn nerves, because no one's actually broken any rules, but y'all are so good on trying to preempt shit when there's nothing happening. But it's like, I've not seen this on other posts. Y'all have not popped up on anybody when anybody else has said this shit. So I'm like, you know, I'm looking, because they see my profile picture. I'm like, one of them said I was being a little too aggressive with one of they retards in there anyway. So I'm like, they've been talking. So like, whatever. It's like, I'm reluctant. I made a post and said, I'm reluctant to share any of my contacts or anything with folks now because of some of the stuff. And so somebody one of the mods got a little butt hurt. Said, isn't that contributing to the conversation? Any further comments on the thread will be deemed as trolling. So she said, I'm going to ignore the comment about one of your posts being deleted. I was like, bitch, I don't care. Like, really? Yeah, I mean, it's like, come on. So I'm just in the group just to kind of look and to see stupid ass arguments. I'm not interested in that wield a little bit of power and it goes to their fucking head, because it's like, I get sick of these Facebook groups and some of these fucking people, because half the folks you end up talking to on social media are half retarded anyway. That's how I feel. Hell, half the people, look at my YouTube channel. Look at the topic. So, after people, oh yeah. So, if that's not evidence of that, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But you know what? I got to meet Mandisa Thomas finally. I've been seeing her for years on Facebook, and I think she's off kind of doing not her own thing, but she's off doing other projects. But I think Mandisa is the main one. I think she was up near your way actually, Grand Ultimate, quite a few times. Because I could say, yeah, didn't you meet Mandisa already a while back? Back when BA was the shit. Back when she was more active with Mario. I can't remember. It's been a number of years, but I'm kind of iffy on atheist organizations. Like, a part of me feels like they're not on folks, because I having the ability to network is what I look at. Yeah. You drew from all the groups on and off air? Yeah, okay. Oh, you drew away from them. Yeah. Because there was some stuff that was mentioned, like evidently something happened. Yes, some drama, exactly. I was about to say that, because there's some recent drama that has happened. Like in the Oasis group here, because she alluded to it, and like a part of me kind of wants to message her privately and go, hey, you know, what did happen in this group? Because like the way they make it sound like there was a like a splinter group or a faction that broke off because of something happened. I'm like, oh, I'm not surprised. Like, it happened in any group, but from what I understand, like it's certain folks want to be in charge because they got this thing in their head where they need to be in charge of everything, and they ain't all there, and people are like, no, and so they start spreading rumors and drama and all this other bullshit. So that's what I think is going on, based on some of the subtext that was there. But that's the kind of stuff I like to know about before, you know, I'll say, oh yeah, I'll meet you at this group. Oh yeah, I'll be there, and because I don't want to necessarily, like, if that stuff is in the past and people are like, okay, no, those people are gone, here's what was happening, you know, here's where, you know, we kind of fucked up. And that's what honestly, when I'm dealing with any other like new group or any group for that matter, I always look for people who I'm talking to now to take responsibility for their role in the event. If they don't take any responsibility for anything that happened, I know that that's some bullshit. Because either somebody who is already here in this group helped instigate what was going on, they were complicit in it happening, or some other variation of that. Like, there's always some fault in how things turned out. And so if you don't take any responsibility in it, then that tells me that you're part of the problem, and then the problem is probably going to happen again. So that's kind of my way of figuring out what's happening there. And whatnot, and whatnot, and Dragnet. So anyway, folks, that's enough. I've been streaming for quite some time. Appreciate my phone about to die. Need to go do some adult stuff and find out more about veteran home buying.